WarioWare. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, nailed it. Listen up, hey. Are you people ready for the most deluxe tournament ever? Let the Wario Bowl games begin! Hey, you guys hear me? Start cheering now!
Wario!
Huh? Who are you?
I'm gonna get you!
Uh-huh. I don't do autographs, kid. Anyway, first up, the Mash League. Next, Twist League. And finally, Touch League. Master all three leagues and you'll face the real master, me, Wario.
That's how you wanna play this?
Yeah, let's get this over with. Wario! Wario! Ready for this? You chumps ready to mash some stuff? You'd better be. Find the plus control pad and the A button. You'll need those to squeeze out the win. Not hard enough for you? Some games use just this, some just this. Is that too much to handle? Now then, make like a potato and mash. No way! Here we go! All right! Oh, really? Waha! Close! Haha! Get ready! Last chance. fighting you. Ah, come on! Oh no! Oh, what'd you do? No more for you. Thanks for playing. Wario. Wario. Let's go. Ever wonder what this trick thingy is for? You poke the bottom screen with it. Poke, 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 poke. Or just slide it across. Now get ready to move things and draw stuff. You know, like lines. And if you lose your thingy, well, then you're just stuck using your finger. We done? Let's not drag this thing out. Whoa! Ah, come on! Okay. Here we go. Oh, really? Next. Good. Haha, get ready. Watch out! No more for you. Oh, more fighting you. You beat the Touch League warm-up. Yeah, 'cause it was super easy. Want tough? Try the games made by my flunkies in Diamond City. Yeah! We'll start things off with Cat and Anna. Ho ho!
Cat. Anna. Let's do this, Anna. You got it, sis. We made it. Time to crush this ninja test. In just a few hours, we could be holding real-life ninja learner's permits. Our fates rest in the hands of that ninja over there. A cat? Are you sure she's a ninja? She may not look like a true ninja, but true ninjas never do. Well... Be right back. Okay, we're signed in. What's the test? We eat. Huh? To pass, we have to eat everything she dishes out. Yes! I'm so good at eating! What do ninjas even eat? Maybe turkey? Or apple pie? Pizza? Chowder? Sushi? Steak with garlic butter! Oh no! We're gonna be late for the test! Are you ready, Anna? I've never been readier! Hello! Great! Yeah! Keep it together! Be careful! We gotta do that again? Katana! Your guard was down. That stinks. Stay focused. That was tough. Let's do this, Anna. You got it, sis. What happened? Perfect! That stinks. Woohoo! gonna do that again? Never give up! Ninja-rific! Great! Faster! Perfect! You did it! Cool moves! Yeah! Good luck out there! Unstoppable! We passed! Congratulations! You earned the title of Gourmet Master. Gourmet Master? You mean we didn't get our Ninja Learner's Permit? No. The Department of Ninja Licensing is next door. What?
Sorry about that. I was in the little ninja's room. If you're here for your learner's permits, we're about to start.
Now the true challenge begins. Come on, Yana. Oh. You did it! Volt! It's go time! Math class again? Come on!
You look less than pleased.
Yeah, 'cause math's the worst. Wait, who said that?
Me?
Frank? Why? We've been over this a million times. Pets aren't allowed in school.
Excuse me, I'm no pet. It's not as if you own me.
Hey, keep it down.
I'm worried, 9-Volt. You really hate math?
Yeah, kinda.
Let's see here. 100 minus 56.
Mm.
How about this? A hero has 100 hit points and takes 56 damage from an enemy. What's his remaining HP?
44, right?
Exactly. Good work. Now let's try the next one. A wizard casts 12 spells. and each deals 42 damage. What's the total damage?
504.
Aha! See, you are good at math.
But that wasn't math. That was just video game stuff.
That's the idea. So just imagine math's a game, an RPG.
It's like math is a war, and these problems are the battles.
Sort of.
Numbers are our enemies, mortal enemies. They must be defeated. Time to fight! No big deal. Not so hot. Yeah! Faster! You made it! A crushing defeat! Back to the fray! Oh, come on! You did it! Amiibo! Unbelievable! What? Boss time! One life left! Do we have to? 9-volt cat! Anna!
Wow! Let's go! Oh no! Okay. Ah, come on! Keep up! All right. Next. Last chance. Tough enough? Lucky. More. More. Excellent. Tougher now. Sure. Watch out! All right. Here we go. Good. Wow, all over. Wow, new high score. Time to do this. No way. Sure. Keep up. What? Tougher now. Not bad. Oh no! Here we go. Last chance. Wow, all over. Thanks for playing. Wario.
alternate version to play. One color he hasn't been able to play. I haven't been paying attention. He just drew. Okay. Streaming anything nowadays, honestly. For me, as well as Tech, thank you for looking into it, brother. Much appreciated, homie. We're doing 20 push-ups. I'm planning on making these. Can I get a VIP, homie? Like I was just saying to game, my VIPs are pretty much full right now, and I am planning on doing like a VIP Olympics too. And I do have you on there as a possible contestant for that, Prince. So I'll have to let you guys all. 8 hours ago. So you're getting the same thing as I am, or?
No, probably not.
All right, let me text you what I want right now. Kai, thank you again so much, homie. You deserve it. That's all good. Fuck, I'm doing well. Thanks. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. Even got Uno Xbox controller here. How about this? How about what? Drunk bonk.
I mean, I gotta.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay,
You just put like a random
Falco,
number.
I am just for streaming quest.
I'm gonna do homework home and then maybe join. Alright, choice. B for Steam. That's tedious. join room. Put the password Falco. Yeah. Big hog. Bunkity. I see it now. What is that? Yeah, how dumb is that?
That's so weird.
I know, Streamlabs is fucking terrible for that. Like, imagine not being able to copy and paste shit. So annoying. Okay. What was it? .com/game? Fucking... Very... Wants to go up. Oh, my cock blocking off Gertie. Oh, now I'm getting blocked out by Gamma. Jeez. Oh my god, what the oh, fuck, what?
Temple City, California, with grandparents hailing from Denmark. He's not related to the Lord Nicholas Bentner. It's Jimmy Conrad, also known as Conrad. Right here? Right there. There we go. We got it. We got it. Look at that. Look at that. You love to see it. Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Great to see you. We have an emergency stream. The U.S. men's national team roster got dropped 2 hours ago, and we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. We need to get into it. We need to process this information before we get into our Champions League watch party today for Manchester United, Villarreal, and Juventus taking on Chelsea and all that good stuff. We got to dig our heels in right now and get after it. So great to see you as always. I'm still wearing my on-TV stuff. Maybe I'll change before the games actually kick off. Well, I know the early games are kicking off. Atalanta and Young Boys and Zenit versus Malmo. Those games are going on right now. Now, speaking of Young Boys, if I take a look at this roster, everybody, okay, Jordan Pifuk, who scored against Manchester United less than 2 weeks ago, is not in the team. So here is our roster. If you haven't seen it yet, Zach Steffen, Sean Johnson, Matt Turner doing the business in goal. I guess the big question is, who do you start? Zach Steffen, who sits behind Ederson, or Matt Turner, who gets more minutes, but he only plays in MLS, whatever BS people like to use with regard to that. Defenders, George Bello, just scored for Atlanta United not too long ago. John Brooks at left back position, that is. John Brooks coming back into the team. He's not playing today against Sevilla in the Champions League because he had a red card against Lille. So he'll be well rested, I'd say, in some capacity. Now, Wolfsburg are also coming off their first loss of the season, 3-1 to Hoffenheim, and he was in that team. You got Serginho Dest, who's been in and out of the Barcelona lineup, looking like he's going to start at left back today against Benfica in the Champions League. Mark McKenzie comes in, not getting as many minutes as we would like for Genk. Shaq Moore, who had a nice Gold Cup, is back in the team. Tim Ream, everyone's favorite here, Tim the Dream Ream, is in the squad. Chris Richards, actually, a nice, pleasant surprise. He's got 3 caps for the national team, plays for Hoffenheim on loan from Bayern Munich. Anthony Robinson also plays for Fulham. Really locked it down, I thought, in the left back position in the last qualifying window. Excited to see him. And then Miles Robinson, I think, continues to grow and grow and grow and be one of my first choice center backs at this current moment. DeAndre Yedlin back in the team, doing his thing, getting some experience there. Midfield, though, actually, before I get into that, Ost says, we'll go no Joe Scally. Well, apparently Greg Berhalter spoke to Joe Scally before the announcement got made, and he basically said that he likes what he sees, that he thinks Joe will be part of the future, that he just needs to keep getting experience, but that Greg wanted to lean on players that have already been through this World Cup qualifying phase and not bring in people that are brand spanking new. So a little unlucky for Joe Scally right now, but all he can do, and then the only thing he can control as a player is his attitude and his performance. So that's all he needs to focus on right now. Yes, so Shaq Moore over Joe Scally. Shaq Moore has been a part of the team before. I think that's going to be the big one. Everybody's saying Turner is the number one, no doubt. John Brooks, Jay Fries, and I think John Brooks, actually, of all the players that are on the defenders list, John Brooks is probably the surprising one that's not in the best form of all those names. So it's going to be interesting to see if he starts, because in the 2 games that he did play for us, he got subbed out at halftime against Honduras, and we went on to score 4 goals and not give up any. And then he didn't track a runner in Canada's game as well that led to Kyle Aaron getting the 1-1 equalizer just 10 minutes after we had scored. So John Brooks didn't really shine himself with any glory in the last qualifying window. His form has been a little uneven, but when he's on his game, he's definitely our top choice center back in my humble opinion. What's up? If you're new here, hit that follow button. Let us know where you're from and who you support as we break down this U.S. roster. Obviously, a lot to talk about. That's just the defenders and goalkeepers. Now, midfielders, Kellen Acosta, not a big surprise there. I just don't think you can play Acosta and Tyler Adams at the same time, because they both really shine in the number 6 spot. Tyler Adams for me, and I said this a few years ago, that I thought Tyler Adams would come out of this group of players, this generation of players, is probably our most important, most influential, and I'm not going to change from that. I still think he's got those leadership qualities, those intangibles that will continue to make him a little bit more special than everybody else. I think he's our captain. Good to see Gianluca Busio come back in. His first appearance with the team since the Gold Cup final. He's obviously getting a lot of minutes for Venezia in Serie A, so that's good. Luca De La Torre plays for Heracles. Only 3 caps for the team, but he does provide something a little bit different. So clearly, Greg Berhalter saw something here. And with De La Torre in particular, that maybe he thinks we can unlock a couple teams with what De La Torre brings to the table. So I'm excited to see if he gets any minutes. Sebastian Lletget, got an old MLS warhorse in there, and you got to have a few of those. Weston McKennie comes back into the team after controversially getting kicked out of camp in the last qualifying window for reportedly bringing some girls back to the team hotel. And that's a big no-no just in general, but more so when you're in the middle of a quarantine, COVID, and our first home game in a World Cup qualifier. You can't do that. There's just too much at stake there. So he's back in the team. Greg Berhalter said now that he's back in, I expect this issue to be done and dusted. So Weston is back in. Yunus Musa is in the team. I think he can be in that spot along. I mean, I'm thinking about a Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, Yunus Musa midfield, and that is like licking my lips. What a midfield that is. What a midfield Yunus Musa, McKennie, and Tyler Adams could be. Anyway, there's a lot of possibilities there based on that. Christian Roldan, obviously been a spark for us off the bench, or even if he starts, he does make a difference. So he's got 28 caps, playing very well for the Seattle Sounders right now. Excited to see him still involved. And then up top, I think this is where it gets pretty controversial, and I think this is where we're going to have a lot of our discussion. Brendan Aronson, for me, automatic starter. So I'm glad to see him there. Paul Arriola coming in from DC United, back to being healthy. When he's on his game, he's definitely a handful in a lot of different ways. Matthew Hoppe making his move to Mallorca from Schalke, and he has been doing his Matthew Hoppe. He kind of channels a little bit of that Clint Dempsey swagger, a little chip on his shoulder when he plays. Then you have Ricardo Pepi. He's got 1 cap, he's got 1 goal, and he had a couple assists as well in that second half against Honduras. I think he's our automatic starter at the moment. Timmy Weah comes back into the team. Excited to see how he's doing, getting his health back with Lille. And we'll see if he starts today in the Champions League. And then Jossie Zardes comes back into the team. 62 caps, 14 goals, and obviously played for Greg Berhalter at the Columbus Crew. So a lot of games and experience with that particular player. Rourke, thank you so much for the sub, baby. I appreciate you. So really the big omissions for me, Pulisic, but he's injured. Gio Reyna, but he's injured. Okay. Daryl Dike is healthy, not involved in the team. Bit of a surprise. Josh Sargent, also healthy, not in the team. Bit of a surprise. Jordan Pifuk just scored against Manchester United in the Champions League, the winner for Young Boys less than 2 weeks ago, not in the team. He is also healthy. So what are we thinking about this particular roster? Now, just so everybody knows, we have Jamaica first. We have away to Panama second, and then we're home to Costa Rica. I will say that the Jamaica game is a must-win. When we started the first World Cup qualifying phase against El Salvador, we started a team that was a mixed bag. We didn't have all of our first choice guys. We were trying to rest, like John Anthony Brooks, for instance, didn't start. And then we kind of saved everybody for the Canada game, thinking we could probably squeak out a result against El Salvador. And the first 10 minutes actually looked like it was going to pay off, and then they regained control, or they took control, and then we just never really could find our footing and never could establish a rhythm after that. The Canada game clearly didn't pan out, so really what we're leaning on, because the starting team against Honduras in that third game was an absolute dumpster fire, putting too many players in spots, like James Sands, who had never played at holding midfield for us, the national team. Yes, he plays for NYCFC there, but not necessarily for the U.S. He plays there. Tyler Adams is playing right wing back. Like, we're all over the place. And then we make subs at halftime, and everything kind of rights itself because we're more balanced, because players are playing in their best positions. I don't want to dick around, everybody. I don't want to dick around with some hopeful lineup of putting guys in like these weird spots that they're not necessarily most comfortable in. We need to go for the jugular. I don't want a mixed bag team either. I don't want to worry about the next two games. I only want to worry about this Jamaica game. We need to get all 3 points against the worst team right now in the table of the 8 teams. They only have 2 points, if I'm not mistaken. No, 1 point. They lost to Mexico in the 90th minute in the first game. They got smoked by Panama in game 2 at home. First time they'd lost at home in a World Cup qualifier since 2016. And then they went to Costa Rica and got a draw. And they got those closer games without Mikel Antonio, without Ravel Morrison. And I don't know if those players are going to be coming or not for this Jamaica game. But they looked worse when they had their star players, because I think they were over-relying on those guys instead of just having a bunch of people that just fight. And honestly, when we look at this Jamaica game, they only got 1 point through the first 3 games. They need to get points this time around. And if they don't, they can pretty much just kiss their World Cup qualifying hopes away. So they're going to come out and fight. They're going to be up for this one. And if we don't match that, it could be a long game for us. Coptimus Prime with the sub. 69, man, what's up? Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, I can probably get the group up for us right now so you can take a look at it. Everybody who's in that, Coptimus, thank you so much for that. This is an emergency stream. I don't know, who do you think the starting lineup should be and what formation we should play, but drop those in the chat, and then we'll dissect them a little bit. Fuerza says only 2 natural wingers, Weah and Areola. Although Aronson and Hoppy can play the wings, I'd rather than play their natural position. I could see Aronson out wide cutting in, but he'll obviously drift central. Hoppy doesn't like to play on the wing. He made that very clear to Greg Berhalter. But, yeah, we'll see. Hold on. Let me get up the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying group stages so you guys can take a look at that with us right here. All right, give me a second to get this set up. But Coptimus and Rourke, I appreciate you and your subs. So there will be watch party Spalomo, but I just wanted to talk about the U.S. men's national team, because once we get into full Champions League mode, it's going to be hard to let's pivot back to this. Okay, so what is even happening? Why is it doing that? Weird. Oh, it must be... No. What is going on? So I'm trying to get this up, but we're having some issues here. No. No. All right, well, I guess that's not going to come up right now. So we'll kick it right here. But just in case you didn't see the full roster, here it is, and I'll get into some of your comments right now. If Sterling was actually Jamaican and he'd play for sure. Yeah, they got some players. Does John Brooks start after his bad form? I don't know. I think that's something to really talk about. Reyna's a big loss. I agree. Fam. Hoppy and Pepe playing together up top would be fun. Ethanet says, have I done a prediction for the group? Well, yeah, of course. I think Mexico is going to be first. U.S. is going to be second. Canada is going to get third. And then from there, I think it's a bit of a coin flip. But Panama's looked excellent, that first World Cup thing. So I think they're going to get in the top 4 as well, and they all go through. Well, 4th goes into a playoff against Oceania. Appreciate you, Brazzle Dazzle. I wish the best to the 3 Lions as well. All right, let's see one lineup so far. It's a 4-2-3-1 from Steve. What's up, Steve? So you got... Well, who's your back line? You got Adams and Leggett in midfield, Aronson, McKinney, and Weah, and then Jossie up top. Adams and Leggett. Yeah, okay, I see what you're doing there. Adams and Leggett, Aronson, McKinney, and Weah. Yeah, Pifuk is missing for sure. 3-5-2, potentially. He likes throwing 3 center backs at times, but I think we actually look a little bit more comfortable in a back 4. The question is, do we go with someone? Serginho Dest for me doesn't do it for me on the left side. You got to put Anthony Robinson there. I really liked the pairing of Miles Robinson and Mark McKenzie before. So, yeah, you can come in. It's just our stream. Oh, okay. Yeah. But single malts, good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. So I think that Dest, it just depends on I guess who we're going up against, because Dest for me isn't the strongest defender. But no Reggie Cannon. There's no Brian Reynolds, Tanner Tessman. We have other players playing in Europe. To somebody else's point that I saw somewhere on the internets, there are quite a few players that are playing in the Champions League that can't get a sniff with our 23, 27-man roster, which is, I think, a pretty cool part of our evolution. Monty's in the house, everybody. Your thing's not plugged in yet, so. So you got Stefan in goal. Wow, compadre. Yedlin, Miles Robinson, McKenzie, Anthony. I like that. Dest and Yedlin, both at times can have defensive lapses, so just something to keep in mind. Adams, McKinney, Leggett, Aronson, Weah, Pepe. I could see Matthew Hoppe and Pepe playing potentially in a 3-5-2, to Fuerz's point. Does Cade Cal get called up ever? He does, but I don't know if it's anytime soon. He's not even starting for San Jose, according to our good friend Monty over here. Garrett says, am I safe for Juve and Chelsea to both get a goal today? I would say no, Garrett Grizz, because no Dybala, no Morata, so you have Kulusevski and Moise Ken. And then you're going up against a Chelsea team that in the 8 games that Thomas Tuchel has coached, it's been in the Champions League. All of the games have been under 2.5 goals. And they're coming off a 1-0 loss against Man City. I just think it's going to be really tight. And when Juve actually played somebody good at home recently against AC Milan, it was 1-1. But that was with everybody available. I just think it's going to be a little bit different. I think Chelsea win this one, potentially with a clean sheet. So I don't know, Garrett. I'd be careful with that. But if the value's looking good, you could take a flyer on it. I mean, God, somebody bet on Sheriff to win yesterday. So somebody, Does the national team rotate players for each game? They do, but I don't think they should worry about that. I don't care about the Panama away game or the home game against Costa Rica. We need to get all 3 points at home against Jamaica, who are the worst team in the table. That has to happen. Bailey is very good. Listen, the Jamaican team is good. But what happened was, fam, that they went to Mexico City and played the first game, and with their B or C squad, it was 1-1 until the 89th minute, and Mexico had to eke out a goal. Now, Mexico were all over them and deserved more from it, but still, they fought and they battled. Then for their home game against Panama, they brought in Leon Bailey, they brought in Ravel Morrison, they brought in Mikel Antonio, and they got their asses kicked 3-0, the first time they've lost at home in a World Cup qualifier since 2016. And then, when those guys had to leave because they couldn't travel to Costa Rica for the last match day, they get a 1-1 result because they get the guys that are back fighting and scrapping. Not to say that Mikel Antonio and Leon Bailey and Ravel Morrison don't scrap and fight, but it's a different mindset when those guys come in, because I think the quote-unquote lower players, lesser players, probably defer to those guys and try to get them the ball when they shouldn't, force things to happen. So I don't know. I don't know which version or who is going to show up for Jamaica, but we'll obviously keep an eye on that roster in particular. It does feel like a 3-5-2-esque team. We have a lot of center backs, and we have a couple guys that can bomb forward from the wing back positions. The Jamaica game is it October 5th?
7th.
October 7th is the first game.
All the days are on the lower third there.
Yeah, all the days are on the lower third. Oh, thanks. I should have looked at that, Monty.
You're good.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1 says all matter. Turner, Dest. Okay, Turner's in goal. Dest, McKenzie, Miles, Anthony, Adams, McKinney, Musa, Busio, Aronson, Hoppe. What happened? What? You're off the Ricardo Pepi hype train already? All matter's already out, Monty.
Wow.
He's already out on the hype train.
You're done?
Oh, wow. He's already out on the hype train. Bring Bob Bradley back, says Lesbo.
Wow.
Lezo CSGO. Sorry. Compadre says Turner, Moore. Shaq Moore getting the start from
Shaq
Compadre. Richards.
Who's your depth chart on the right back? I had someone on Twitter.
Depth chart on the right back position?
Yeah. So from like 1 to 3, pick your top 3. Who starts and who's the 2 backups? if we had that many options.
Oh, we do, because you have Dest, Yedlin, Cannon, Tyler Adams can play there.
So somebody on Twitter was questioning
Brian Reynolds.
was questioning Yedlin. Like, why is Yedlin keep getting called up? And I know he was exposed a little bit the last.
But
couple
a
games.
lot of our guys get exposed.
Exactly. Des got exposed.
Well, that's
too.
why Adams started at that position for the third game, because I actually heard some chatter behind the scenes from some people that I know on the inside that they were a little bit fearful of the fact that Yedlin and Dest, though Dest wasn't there, but that they're fearful that those guys kind of switch off at the wrong times.
Yeah, I mean,
they wanted a more defensive option first.
I mean, Des got injured, but he didn't look great. Also, he was going against Alphonso Davies, so that's
tough.
True. That's a tough matchup.
That's a tough matchup.
So yeah, what's your depth chart from going from 1 to 3? And this is also for the chat.
Yeah, depth chart for right back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. It's tough. I mean, man, I don't think this is an easy answer. I don't think this is an easy answer.
No, that's why. I think it's one of the most interesting positions. To your point, Tyler Adams was playing right back in a crucial match.
I mean, honestly, if I was Greg Berhalter, I'd talk to these guys each individually and say, hey, listen, nobody's won this spot.
Exactly.
So if you can do it on both sides of the ball, you're going to put yourself in a great position to be our starting right back moving forward.
Yes.
And potentially be our wing back.
Yeah.
The thing is with Dest, he's better as a wing back than he is as an out-and-out outside back.
So he'd be better with 3 at the back, and he's playing on
yes.
on the wing.
So if we played with the wing backs, I go Dest 1.
Yeah.
But if we're going right now with outside backs, I'd
4 at the back.
4 at the back.
That's tough.
It's like a coin flip between Yedlin and Dest for me.
Yeah.
And you got Cannon, who just can't get minutes with Boa Vista right now.
Shaq Moore?
Cannon hasn't even been paid, or the clubs haven't been paid. Something crazy.
Oof.
Go ahead.
Shaq
Moore, I thought he was good as well, but I like him as also a wing back.
Yeah, not too defensive.
So I'm curious. I mean, you don't bring in Shaq Moore and not play him.
Yeah.
So I think Shaq Moore will get a run out. I'm just kind of curious as to which team that'll happen. We need points, says Steve Farragon, and we agree. If you're new here, hit that follow button. Let us know where you're from and who you support. It's part of the initiation.
Prime has Des, Cannon, and then Yedlin. So he has Cannon number 2.
Okay.
Nice. Don't be fooled has
says
Des.
Scally. So Joe Scally, actually, sorry. Don't be fooled. I said earlier before you probably hopped on that there was a phone call that happened. Berhalter went on publicly and said, or did the press conference after that announcement, and said that he talked to Joe Scally and that Scally just doesn't have enough experience with this group and in these situations. That he's happy with how he's performing in the Bundesliga and glad he's holding his own against some of the biggest clubs in the world, i.e. Bayern Munich. But he's going to lean on guys that have kind of been through this process already and not bring in somebody brand new.
Yeah.
So if you want any Joe Scally updates, he said he would be a part of the team in the future, but this isn't the time.
Yeah.
So he just has to keep playing well. Air Thornton, Master Puffy, Dan the Man, thank you for the follows. Great to see you. I got to catch up to the chat. Louis, I'm with you. I'm still banking on Pepe as well. Yedlin all day. Pepe is a super sub. You're off your rocker. How do you not start Pepe at this point? I think you have to start him.
Oh, for sure. You have to.
Did you see that Josh Sargent isn't in? He's not even in the team. Daryl DK, not even in the team. Jordan Pifok, not even in the team, dude.
Yeah. So
not even hurt. Just not even in the team.
DK and Pifok, I don't understand. Sargent, I think Sargent.
Sargent makes sense because he can't score.
Yeah. But come on, Pifok and DK.
Yeah. So Yedlin has plenty of CONCACAF experience, so don't be fooled is right. Oz says Scally should get a start in Serginho for his offensive capabilities. Yedlin is feisty. We need to be feisty in CONCACAF. What's up, X-Ray? How are you doing? Des hopefully will do it against Benfica. We'll see, fam. Coptimus says Des, Cannon, Yedlin. Cannon pretty high up the list. Des, Yedlin, Cannon, Scally, and Moore. Okay. Moore. Yedlin, Des, Moore, Cannon, Reynolds. RPR. I'm not like FC Frisco, but need more Pepe. You may not like FC. That's true. Yeah, good question. So this one is from Chestnut Curry. Thoughts on Jordan Pifok or Sibachu out? I don't know. From what I read about Greg Berhalter's comments, I think he mentioned that he had a conversation with Jordan Pifok Sibachu and just said it was a matchup thing. That he went with different options because of matchups. And that's why he's leaving him out. Which, that must be hard to swallow.
That's kind of interesting.
That must be hard to swallow.
What matchups you're playing against 3 different teams.
Yeah.
When he says matchups, like people can't play up.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, I think that he must have made a decision. My sense, if I'm the manager of any of these teams, and you have 3 games in a window, you're not managing a club team. So you have plenty of time in between these windows to decide who's playing well. And I think, and it seems somewhat naive to think otherwise, but I think that you probably have penciled in your starting lineup for all 3 games.
Yeah.
right? You already know who you're gonna go with at this point.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, I'd
for
hope
sure,
so,
for
right?
sure.
I mean, maybe some of it. That's why you pencil it because some might change
Mhm.
based on health, right? But
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think you pick your roster based on that. I don't know. Who says that? Well, Hazza says, sure, Sargent can't score, but neither can Jossie. At least Sargent is the ultimate pest for defenses with his press. I mean, Jossie actually, in fairness to him, does press quite a bit. Jossie will do the thankless work.
Is Jossie like a locker room guy too? I know they have
He
Columbus
must be.
Crew collection.
I mean,
connections as well.
dude, Jossie has 62 caps.
Yeah.
62 caps, dude. Jossie's played for our national team 62 times.
Larry OG.
That's like, you're getting into the upper echelon
Yeah.
of players. You know, I heard that there's only been 800 or 900 people that have ever represented the U.S. men's national team. Ever.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Jossie's artist has started 62 times of all those people. No, I like Jossie, so I'm gonna stay on that.
I mean, Larry OG says CJ Sapong has 3 more goals than Zardes this year. Why are we still calling him Zardes?
Yeah, Sapong's a friend of the show. He's
Yep.
been on before,
Yep.
and I'm a big CJ fan, so you're not gonna have to convince me why he shouldn't get a shot.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where a coach is kind of, I think with regard to Zardes, because Greg coached him at Columbus for many years, he
Yeah.
just knows what he's about. He probably has a shorthand with him, right? You
Yeah.
don't have to explain your thoughts overly. And every coach has it. You can look at any coach, club level, national team level. They always got 1 or 2 or 3
Yeah.
players that that's my guy. And I think for Greg, it's Tim Ream. I think it's Jossie Zardes, Sebastian Lletget, Kellen Acosta. Even though those guys have proven themselves, I'm not going to take anything away from them. But there's a
Yeah.
couple guys that you always just know you just have a shorthand with those particular players.
For sure, for sure.
So, U.S. is greater than Mexico. I mean, we beat them in 2 consecutive finals in the Nations League and the Gold Cup recently. But I'd still say it's a bit of a coin flip at the moment. Yeah, our wingers. Also, we didn't talk about Conrad de la Fuente. He's not in either.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
What? All of a sudden he's in and then he's out?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me that we're making a lot of big changes here. There's a lot of changes that are being made to the team.
You know what this gives me vibes of? This gives me Maradona, coach of Argentina vibes, where he has the record for naming the most players ever in his time span.
Yeah.
And it created a lot of issues because you just didn't have that regular squad going out and creating that chemistry together. So
Right.
there is a fear that he's doing this, and these are important matches. Like, you need to win these matches.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm telling you, no more dicking around, dude. We have
Exactly.
to win the first game.
Jamaica at home, like, that one has to be a win for sure. Jamaica's the weakest team in the group. You're playing at home. Like, you have to win that game.
I agree.
And yeah, like,
Bring out your best. You got to bring out everybody.
Yeah.
So they called in 27 guys. Only 23 are going to dress, and only 11 are going to play, and we're only going to make 3 subs. So like 14 of these guys are actually going to be the ones that go out there and do the business. And when I think about the lineup that way, I think Turner will probably start. Though I think we finally have this crazy competition at goalkeeper. Maybe the first time since Brad Friedel and Casey Keller are trying to like vie for who's the number 1 with Stefan and Turner. But Turner's getting more minutes. I think he's proven himself already for Greg. So I think there's some trust there. I would say Yedlin probably the start if we go with the back 4, though. I mean, could you justify it as Serginho Dest? Hey, man, we're going to fly you all the way from Barcelona and not use you?
Yeah.
I honestly think that has to be taken into consideration.
Yeah. Do you think
I don't know.
Berhalter really cares about that?
Do we have
kind
5
of stuff?
subs? Oh, I think there are 5 subs. Yeah, you're right.
Do you think Berhalter really cares about that kind of stuff? Flying players from a distance?
I think it factors in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I'm the agent of that player, if I'm the player myself, like I don't want to fly all the way over and necessarily be a sub. But that said, it's part of the World Cup qualifying, and you
Yeah,
want to play
yeah.
your role.
Yeah.
It's different. I don't know. I didn't have that issue.
That's
so.
tough. I mean, yeah.
Anytime I got called in, I'm in, baby. Where do you tell me where to go? I want it because we always got to fly first class as part of our CBA with the US.
Nice.
So like, yeah, I'll fly first class. I never get to fly first class. Where are we going? You just need me to sit on the bench and get high fives and waters for people? I'm there, baby. Let's do it.
You're living the life.
I loved it.
Oh man.
I loved it. And when I got to play, I held my own. So
You're
it was
a
all
glass
good, dude.
half full kind of guy.
Yeah, I think Dest has to start. So you got to go Dest starting. Because you can tell Dest and or Yedlin, hey, by the way, we're...
For that Jamaica game, I want to see Shaq more. I'd rather see Shaq more.
That's crazy. You're not going to see Shaq more.
I know.
I think it's going to be Dest.
I wish.
So Dest, I think it's going to be Dest. I think he's going to go back to Brooks. I think he's going to give Brooks one more chance, which means McKenzie's out. So you're going to have...
Fingers crossed.
I think Miles Robinson's going to get the nod over
Fingers
McKenzie.
crossed it's a Brooks Tim Ream pairing in the back. Then I'll be great.
Well, we'll
Jimmy
see.
will go off
Well,
the
that's
wall.
like 5 years ago. That would have been great. So you have Dest. I think this is what's going to happen. You got Turner, Dest, Brooks, Miles Robinson, Anthony Robinson, Tyler Adams at the 6.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give Weston McKinney a chance. He's going to be flying to make a difference in this one.
Yeah.
So you have McKinney in the middle. I don't think Yunus Musa will start because he's back in the team.
Yeah.
Then you have, I bet he goes with Leggett.
Yeah.
And then you have Aronson, Hoppy, and Ricardo Pepi. That's what I think he does. That's what I think he does.
Do you think his quote weakest team will be the first match, or do you think he's pulling all the punches against Jamaica?
No, I don't think you can't pull punches, man. This is if he does that shit like we did in the El Salvador game where he put out a mixed team and preparing for Canada kind of.
Yeah.
No, we don't have time for that, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's different this time around because we have a home game first.
Exactly.
It's not it's always hard to play away in CONCACAF. So no, I don't have Timmy Weah in my starting lineup. Here's the team again though if you didn't see it. YouTube, what's up? What's up, Druid? Thanks for the follows. If you're new here, we're just having an emergency stream. The U.S. men's national team roster for the upcoming qualifying window is upon us. And this is what I think will happen. I think Turner gets to start, just to reiterate. It'll be Des on the right. We'll play a 4-1-3-2. Is that possible?
Wait, 4-1.
No, 4-1-2-3. Yeah, I mean, it's like a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
But it obviously morphs and adapts accordingly based on how the other team is. So I think you got Dest at right back, Brooks and Miles Robinson in the middle, Anthony Robinson left back, and then Tyler Adams, McKinney, and Leggett. Though Busio could be an option. He showed some faith in Busio instead of Leggett, potentially. But I think Leggett will be there. And then your super subs are going to be...
Christian Roldan.
Roldan will definitely be a super sub. But I think you start Brendan Aronson, Ricardo Pepi, and I think Matthew Hoppy's going to get the start over Timmy Weah.
I was actually going to ask you about that.
Yeah, but that could be a coin. You could convince me to go with Timmy Weah.
How has Weah been doing this season?
Timmy Weah's just coming off an injury.
Yeah, okay.
So he's just rounding into form.
Yeah.
We're not at peak Timmy Weah yet. So.
Yeah, I know Musa's coming back from an injury, but I want to see him get some minutes. I'm a massive Musa fan. Massive fan. I think he's great.
So Cheapskate says, how is Tim Ream still in the squad? He looks like a newborn horse on skates. Which, are you channeling your inner Monty over there? Monty feels the same way about him. Backup kicker's right though. Weah did make team of the week for Liga, and Lille are finally.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Lille are finally. They've won back-to-back games. So to start the season, they won 1 out of their first 7, and now have won back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Jonathan David's been pretty hot. Timmy Weah is back in the team, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I need more. Scotty Wags wants to talk about important things like Man United. We're gonna get into Man United once we transition.
Scotty Wags hates America.
He
That's
does.
pretty much what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, Scotty Wags doesn't have
Jeez.
time for this red, white, and blue stuff.
Razzle Dazzle took over Scotty Wags' Twitch handle.
Fam wants to know if lineups are announced for the Champions League games. They should be announced, at least for the later ones, in about 25 minutes. We're going to come back live in a little bit, but I just wanted to have an emergency stream and just kind of talk about it and get my thoughts out there for everybody. And for everybody that might be watching this on an archive, it's almost like a living, breathing podcast.
Jimmy, can someone actually also make us a cover, maybe a death mask of Mr. Rogers, but like a little remix to it so we can play that?
What are you talking about?
When you're dressed like this, please.
What do you mean?
Come on.
I'm wearing...
Like, we should have a camera of you walking in on the door, like through the door, changing your shoes.
I'm trying to be super professional, man. I was on TV today.
I know. I think it's awesome.
I don't know. I mean, listen. I can only wear so many button-ups, and listen. Here's the fun fact, because maybe my CBS friends aren't watching. Let me tell you what I did. So I was running behind.
Okay.
And I don't normally wear this sweater.
Okay.
But I didn't have time to iron my shirt, so I put on something. And then put a sweater. I was trying to find like the best sweater I could, so I didn't have to iron my shirt.
Amazing.
And this is what I came up with. You know what's even better is that I have. Look at these little. Look at. I got these on the bottom.
You got little elbow.
Little elbow pads. I honestly feel like my grandpa wearing this, and my grandpa used to smoke a pipe, and so I feel like I need to get a pipe anytime I wear this sweater.
Between streams, Jimmy's gonna go to the mall and play bocce ball with his buddies or whatever.
No, I'm gonna go to one of the shops at the mall and get some new clothes. What's up, kids?
No, you know, at least the malls that I grew up in, there was like group of like old Italians that would just hang out.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. That's true.
Right when it opened.
LA Galaxian says Joey Chaotic was at Arcadia yesterday and called you his people and a soccer legend. Look at Joey Chaotic. Tell him I said what's up, dude. That guy's awesome. Won't you be my neighbor?
Jimmy, are you wearing Sperry's or loafers? What are you wearing?
Oh, I'm wearing
Cheapskate is asking.
I mean, I got some kicks on.
Those are actually pretty clean. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, dude. I'm on the wrong side behind the chat.
You match with your. You at least were able to match. That's crazy,
dude.
It doesn't show up on camera, but you still.
So I go, and then I put my stuff on, and I go model for my kids and my wife, and they're like just shaking their head. You know, I do the catwalk. I'm like, what do you think? Good enough for TV? And they're like, oh my God, get out of here.
Oh, no.
Get out of here, you clown.
Don't bang that drum.
Just go bang that drum and get out of here. Max, Joey, what's up? Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Brazzle Dazzle's being really nice today. He said that
It's been a nice week for Brazzle Dazzle.
I feel like
I think we've turned a corner.
I feel like if we stop down and turn around to do the watch party, we're gonna see the mean Brazzle Dazzle later. So we should just savor this good one, this happy Brazzle
Right.
Dazzle.
I appreciate you, Sinaz, saying my style is awesome though.
Nice.
That's what's up. Back in my day, says Fuerza. Yeah, Joey does have a great stream, Larry. No joke. Joey, we are watching Chelsea, Juve, and Man United via Real at the same time, but that game doesn't kick off for about another hour and 20 minutes. I just wanted to have a very special, very specific stream around the U.S. men's national team roster because I feel like that might have get lost in the Champions League coverage that will be
100%.
happening, you know?
Yeah. Best of USA also just gave you the script for the opening of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Oh, thank you for that, Best of USA. Straight Hoagies, what's up, dude? How are you doing? I'm trying to get into Kansas City before the season ends, and right now we're working on a potential trip to Kansas City. I don't know. I got to look at the schedule. I can't make the first home game for the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Because I'll be in New York City. I'll be in studio CBS. NYC in the house. Haven't been back in many years. So, yeah, just reached out. You guys know Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
I just saw him. He's a friend of mine, and I just saw him that he's back in NYC. Or I don't know if he's visiting. I know he's been living in LA, but I'm hopeful to hang out with him when we go. Because we used to always go running together, which was funny.
Yeah.
And the best part about Casey and I going to run together was that ultimately it always got back to how our wives just don't really understand what we do and why people pay us to do it. And we just start laughing all the time. Parf says, how was the MPSL game I played in? I couldn't find it. Parf, I didn't actually play. It was a charity game. I played for Napa Valley FC 1839, or Napa Valley 1839 FC.
Yeah.
And it was a charity game against the Chivas Guadalajara Legends, including Matias Almeida, which doesn't really count because he's not Mexican, but he did manage the team. So they made an exception for him.
We saw history. We saw the first.
We saw first non-Mexican play for Chivas Legends.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Ramon Ramirez was out there, and we did a little thing around it. We had a little story, Insta story for it. You can probably find it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
But just type in Napa Valley and my name, and it'll probably pop up.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I played the second half. I played up top. I was number 10.
Yeah.
And I had a goal. I scored in the first minute on being on the field, and they took it away. It was a sitter. It was no se la perdió. I actually scored it from short range, and they called me offside. Total bullshit. It was not offside.
Yeah.
They wanted Chivas Legends to actually be in the game, and they ended up scoring some bangers. And
They
they won 4-3.
It was.
And I had a one-on-one from an angle a little bit at the very end.
Chivas missed a penalty though. The Napa
That's true.
Napa keeper was on it. Yeah.
And the goalie made a good save on my 1v1, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's not my game. I wanted to play in the midfield. It was so tight. Like the Chivas Guadalajara Legends were just sitting back the whole time. There's really no space to play. But it was cool to see Claudio Suarez. I looked up to him when I was a kid growing up, so it's all good. Yeah, Hoagies, I got to get to Kansas City for sure. Ayo Santa Rosa's in the chat. Call me and Cozy. What's up? Thanks for the follows. Welcome. What's up, that spicy chicken? You have a game today? Well, best of luck to you, my friend. Got tickets to the Jamaica game, but couldn't bear the cost of flights. Stormies, go hang out with RPR in the chat. He lives in Austin. Go make it happen.
Yeah, there you go.
Go chill with him, dude. I needed VAR, Tiki, 100%. I would have preferred to see England win the Euros. So that game could have been England versus Argentina. A game between those two teams is always interesting. Yes, if everybody's unaware, they're trying to create. Essentially, it used to be. It was a precursor to the FIFA Club World Cup, right?
Yeah.
What was it called? The Copa.
They had one that was the Copa Artemio Franchi. It was in the early 90s.
Yeah, right.
But it was.
There was another name though. That
I know what you're talking about.
Intercontinental.
No, that's the club one.
Yeah, right.
I'll
That's
find
right.
it for you.
The winner of CONMEBOL, Libertadores and Champions League played, right?
Yep.
And that was the precursor for the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah.
But so the winner of the Copa America plays the winner of the Euros. That's happening next summer. And apparently they're playing 3 games against each other. Did you see that, or did I read that wrong? Or is it just 1 or 3?
So before it was called the
Maybe
King Fahd Cup.
King Fahd Cup.
Yeah.
That sounds like oil money.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
No, Osvaldo Sanchez wasn't there, cheapskate. That would have been sick.
You know what I saw though? They said that the Argentina-Italy game, they're talking about it being played at the Diego Maradona Stadium because it's like a neutral ground.
Yeah.
It's in Italy. That's not fair.
No, that isn't fair.
That's not fair.
No, that's not fair. But that's probably where it should be played.
No.
Okay, or at Newell's Old Boys.
Yes, that's fair.
I'm just kidding. At Argentinos Juniors.
Juniors.
All right. Larson asked if I'm excited for the new FIFA. Yes, I am. And I'm excited really for everybody to complain about it. That's probably my favorite thing about FIFA.
I told you.
How long is it going to take for everybody to complain about how this game is dead? And
Game's out
and
tomorrow?
It's out tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
No, on Friday. I thought it was the first.
The first. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry. You're right. The first.
So,
So if it comes out on Friday, I give it until Friday afternoon.
yes.
Complaints.
Well, no, they're already complaining because the other people already have it. Like the
Yeah.
content creators and pros already have it.
Yeah.
So the complaining's already started.
So EA gave codes to these content creators to promote the game, and all these content creators are.
No, they don't all complain, but
Yeah.
there is moments of because I feel like if you complain about FIFA, you get more traction than if you're like, oh, I love it, it's a great game. They're like, oh, dude,
Oh yeah.
how much does EA pay you to say this? You have to actually be negative about the game to get any kind of like
Negativity sells.
street credibility.
100%.
You know?
The only way, and I want someone in the chat that gets FIFA, Jimmy, if you get FIFA, I'm only gonna play it if they have Fiorentina Stadium in it, because there was a promo it had Fiorentina Stadium in the promo, so they have to have the stadium.
Yeah, bring on the haters. It's always. I mean, I obviously worked with EA for 5 years. I'm not working with them anymore for this upcoming season. It was a great run, but
Yes.
yeah, not that I would now just feel free to go like complain about the game because they're all still my friends that
Yeah.
are working on it. But yeah, it's kind of funny. So people are complaining about it. And it's not even out yet. It seems Steve says he's got it. He's played it. And he's got FIFA Rages in full effect.
Okay,
You know what I do know that they have is they have soccer tennis, or foot tennis.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play some foot tennis against some of our subscribers.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that in real life. You know, I once had an idea where it was me and another former pro would just go tour the country and just have these little foot tennis competitions.
little
And
tech
whoever
ball.
beat us, we would give you something.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think that would work.
I've seen you play tech ball though, and I've seen how competitive you are.
I'm super nice, man. Competitive. Well, I'm competitive when I'm getting my ass beat in particular, which I
Well,
got beat by those Brazilians.
But you
First
held-
time ever played.
You held yourself. I mean, it's such a Brazilian
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
love
yeah,
sport too.
Dude, tech ball. And it wasn't even like a proper tech ball. It was just a little tiny
Yeah, it was like a
poker
little-
table
yeah.
thing. It was crazy. Muck Cheese, what's up? Calming, good to see you. Also, I'm the worst ever FIFA player online. Only bought FIFA 21 because they put Providence Park in. Sega Optimus Prime is speaking the same language as you. I'm bad at FIFA as well. Mr. Hasselhoff said I'm nice. Of course I'm nice. I'm like the nicest person I know.
I'm the nicest person I know.
Galaxian, have I ever schooled kids at the Venice Beach FC courts? I've actually never been there. I've been to Venice, of course, but I never had the time to go down to the Venice Beach
Aren't
courts.
they in FIFA also? Is he talking about?
Well, there is some FIFA Street stuff, and
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
top people that freestylers are in the
Gotcha.
game, yeah,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
cool to get into the street side of things. I'm happy to go out and play, and maybe Stu Holden and Steve Nash and those guys will invite me one day to make it
Nice.
happen. Weston McKinney's been out there before,
Yeah,
and some of those
yeah.
guys, yeah. I'm pretty subpar, but I enjoy it. Bag of Donuts, I'm the same. I'm not great at it. I like to do my career mode, which we're still talking about. Maybe resurrecting it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
back and forth. Every time
Maybe.
I come in, it's a different answer.
Maybe. So, bruh, what's up? Thanks for the follow. We're talking a little U.S. men's national team roster. It's a little bit of an emergency stream,
What
as
was-
we say.
What was the name of the Portsmouth keeper?
The Portsmouth keeper?
There was a few names there that you would just mispronounce, and it was pretty funny.
Oh, I can't even remember.
Maybe the chat can help us out.
That
yeah.
was a while. We haven't done it in a
That
while.
was like a year ago.
Has it been a year?
It was at the end, yeah.
Wow.
and
Dude,
then-
time flies.
And then it disappeared.
Wow. You played FIFA 2 days ago, and I yeeted my controller across the room from anger, and now the left side doesn't work. Major Silly Willy, what's up? Stu's knees still hold up enough for that? Maybe not for a significant amount of time, but I think if he could just stood in a corner and could pass a little bit, I
Yeah.
think he'd be all right. The Coco Pickles is one of the all times. Sime Versalco on Atleti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to call him V Coco Pickles because I didn't know how to say his name, and that was what came out of my mouth. V Coco Pickles.
Coco Pickles.
That's true. That's true. Raheem says Nash has his hands full now with Nets and Kyrie, and that's probably right. I'll DM with Nash every once in a while, but I feel like I'm wasting his time.
Mhm.
You know, because I feel like he's super busy.
I was on a plane with him once. The whole earthquakes. We were on
Oh,
a
did you say hi to
commercial
him?
plane with Steve Nash. like commercial. It was pretty cool. He was flying because he's a Santa Clara guy.
Yeah.
He was flying from LA to Santa Clara, and he was like talking to all of us, and super chill guy.
Yeah, he's chill. He's chill. So what's cool is that when we lived in New York for 5 years prior to moving out here, and I had done work for Heineken, and Steve Nash had just purchased a bar in the Lower East Side with some people that I knew as well. And so for our going away party, I asked Steve and those people if I could have the party at their bar, and they're like, "Yeah, you can have it, no problem. Don't have to rent anything, everything for free." I'm like, "Sweet, man."
Nice.
And then Heineken said they provide all the beer. So all the drinks and everything was free, and then all these people came, and Steve Nash rolled up, dude.
That's awesome.
And everybody, all of our friends were like, "Holy shit, is that Steve Nash?" You know? And he was super cool and talked to everybody. Steve's a legend, dude.
He's a good dude.
Proper legend.
Yeah.
Skills are pretty much useless now. Yeah, I've seen that. And I think they had to nerf them a little bit because the skills were getting a little bit out of control in FIFA 21, where it was just like skill, and you couldn't even really defend it properly. It's almost like if you time the skill, the defender can never, ever recover.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some issues I do have with the game overall about some players are very good at anticipating, and there's no anticipation outside of maybe switching a formation per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Nash Robin MVP trophies though. So anyway, like any game, whether you're playing Fortnite or you're playing whatever else, CS:GO or World of Warcraft or whatever, there's always, every single player is looking to gain an advantage, just like you would do in the professional environment.
Yeah.
So for me, I started to, well, how can I gain an advantage on everybody that's pretty level? Well, you start looking at nutrition. You start looking at, I did some yoga and I thought that helped me. Or you start looking at lifting weights more. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is a perfect example of continuing to like, how do you reinvent yourself? And trying to gain advantages within the framework of a game that everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
And so once everybody understands the rules, then they look how to exploit any of the meta that they can, and that's how it goes. I mean, I've watched enough professional tournaments and watched enough FIFA esports to know that the guys that do the best are the ones that exploit the meta and figure out how to do that the quickest. And then everybody gets, upset because they're better at it than they are. But I remember the first iteration, one of the first iterations, FIFA 95. If you got to the top of the box and got to this one spot, you could score from that spot every single time. So the goal was you had to defend that spot. And it was always heartbreaking when you're like, I still can't defend this spot. And then it goes top bins, So, what's up, Ezio? Thank you again for the gifted subs the other day. Appreciate you. One question on perhaps a little bit of a touchy subject. What do you think about the U.S. women's soccer team claims to being paid equal to the men's team? I understand if you'd refuse to answer this question. It's a touchy subject. No, for me, it's not touchy. I think what needs to happen is there's differences. People need to understand there's differences in what they're asking for. And the women there's 16 women right now that get paid full-time salaries by U.S. Soccer, and the men don't get that. They're only paid, like I was for the national team, that were paid per game bonuses. So there's like, it's honestly, it's easy to kind of